Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is the third dose of your daily vitamins. So let's get ready to get black into it. All right, like those fire emojis. Okay, so everyone, as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you have not done so, be sure to click the notification bell, click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Don't forget to follow the Queen on Instagram at Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, on Instagram at Divine_Goddess_27, Twitter at DGoddess27, Brighton and Patreon at Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. And also, if you want to join my call list so that you can text to get your notifications for other shows, or when I do, impromptu shows, instead of just doing the 9 a.m. and the 6 p.m. shows, or if I change times or whatever, make sure that you text Royals, that's ROYALS with an S, Royals, to 844-589-6096. Okay? So with that all being said, let's get ready to get into it, people. Let's get ready to get into it. Because like I was saying, before I started, when I was on Facebook, people kept telling me, oh, there's this lady that's trying to act like you. Oh, this lady, she's wearing the head wraps and this and that. She got fake locks and this and that or whatever. They're doing jokes. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm thinking maybe it's just, maybe it's just a coincidence. Because I never watched the show. I never paid it any attention, I don't really watch TV. But then, now, this was years ago. This was probably back in 2019 when I was doing my lives on Facebook, right? I was reporting Black news on Facebook at the time. That's when I started hearing all those things from numerous people, okay? But anyway, now it has continued. And so I actually said, you know what? Let me watch this mess. Now, because here's the thing. I first saw a skit when they were talking about Tariq. Now, at the end of the day, the only thing I'm focused on is that they hating on Tariq, because clearly that's what the devils are doing. I find it very interesting that as soon as the #1 documentary in the nation, Buck Breaking, hit the scenes, right? Right as it's coming out, everybody want to try to go in on Tariq. Did y'all notice that? Yeah, I think y'all did, because remember I reported on the crazy dude that was banging his head on the computer, and how when Tariq just reposted something that was already uploaded and posted, Tariq's not the one who filmed it. And I told you all how they came out and lied and said Tariq, they acted like Tariq recorded it himself. That's what they in fact said. Okay? They said Tariq recorded the video. And I told you Tariq wasn't anywhere in the vicinity. What are they talking about? The lies they do tell. I mean, we could tell from the video, watching it ourselves, that Tariq wasn't in it. Somebody else was clearly recording it. But that's the lies they tell. But then, all of a sudden, Tariq's got to be the bad guy. They want to start talking about trying to shame him because he made fun of this white man who acted like a darn fool. They don't ever want any accountability or culpability for anything they do. That's what they don't want. And then here's the thing. I want y'all to pay attention to the deflection with that whole situation, as I told you before. Now, this man, they say he was a member of LGBTQ. Okay, that's fine if he was. But at the end of the day, he's still a liar, because then he lied and said that the black man who was talking to him, who was displeased with the service, he lied and said that man called him a homophobic slur, called him a MAGA with an F. Remember I told you that? That was never proven, because I said if that's true, well, why isn't that shown? Now, they try to say that the person who recorded it didn't record that part, but they have cameras at the Holiday Inn, and some of them are right over that desk pointing right at it. So if the man said that, how come they never showed proof? Well, I'm glad you asked, because he was lying. That's why. And then when that dog didn't fly, because he knew he couldn't prove it because he made it all up, well, then that's when they came with, mental illness card again. And then they want to try to say, well, Tariq, he should have felt sorry for the man. He should have had some empathy and sympathy for people that have mental illness. First of all, is Tariq a psychiatrist or a psychologist? Are we supposed to just be able to look at white folk and tell them they got mental issues? I mean, are they saying that all of them have mental issues? Because if not, that's clearly not what they're saying, right? So with that all being said, how are we supposed to know who has mental issues or not? When we see nefarious white people who are racist going around here doing racist things every day, all day. And it doesn't have anything to do with mental illness. It has something to do with being a psychopath or a sociopath, which is not, I repeat, a mental illness. It's a character flaw, like I told you numerous of times. See, I've studied this stuff for years, okay? So with that all being said, how are we supposed to, we're accountable. We're responsible for diagnosing them and saying, okay, well, we can't say anything about him. He's clearly mentally disturbed. That's what we're supposed to be doing? No, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. I find it very interesting that they can say whatever they want, will or may, about Black people. They can demonize us and lie on us, push false narratives, omit information, lie by default, lie by omission, embellish stories, paint narratives, push agendas, and just make up stuff out of the thin air. But then they get mad when we show the truth of him. Nobody made that up. That footage wasn't doctored. He acted like a damn fool. That's what he did. He banged his head on the computer. He acted like he was crazy. And I don't mean crazy like mentally insane. I mean like a fool, like a savage, like somebody depraved. So with that all being said, how did the Black man that was talking to him and Tariq become the villains in that story? That's what I'd like to know. Oh, that's right, because they Mayo and they say so? That's how that goes down? Yeah, that's how it goes. At the end of the day, as if that wasn't enough, when they threw that out there right before Buck Breaking came out, because remember, Buck Breaking was set to come out, I believe, that Friday, and this all happened like just a couple of days before, remember? And then they had the LGBTQ nation come at Tariq. Oh, yeah, that's what they did, trying to cancel him. That's not going to ever happen. Not if we have something to say about it. So they can miss us with it, right? I mean, the nerve of the same people who oppress, lie, vilify, and demonize Black people to get mad because we showed them for who they are. And then they donated money and took up a whole collection for the nefarious demon. That's what they did, right? So with that all being said, now they want to get on this HBO show, a Black lady sketch show, and try to poke fun at Tariq again, talk about Tariq's on Tariq Nasheed's internet. I'm going to let y'all see the clip again for those of you who missed it. All right? I'm going to let y'all see the clip again. Now, as I set this up, everyone please go ahead and like and share. And then we're going to talk about Robin Thede, the woman who was acting like the queen, right? We're going to talk about her first, and then we're going to move on to Gabrielle, the Mammy Union, all right? Yeah, the coonish head. So let's get into it, people. Everyone, please like and share the video.
Welcome to Black Table Talk, the only place on Tariq Nasheed's internet where we can have an honest conversation. Today's topic, women in the workplace. Why? I'm your host, Dr. Hadassah Oliyinka Ali Youngman, pre-PhD, and I'm about to take you on the overground.
How long is this intro? I do not mean to rush you, Queen Hadassah, but Kavya has me on a curfew.
See. No, Gabrielle Union. Black women babies are not allowed to issue curfews. Only our original kings can do that. Supreme Rob Meek told me to be home by 3.
Is he here? Can he sign a head wrap for me?
Unfortunately, no. He does not fraternize with married women, except for me and all 8 of his wives.
Oh, that's very Doug Christie of you guys.
Anyway, welcome to the show. It says here now that you're an actress, an author, a television host, a fashion designer, and a spokeswoman.
Thank you.
Why so many jobs, and how does your husband deal with this betrayal? Welcome to Black Table Talk, the only place on...
Now, sadly, some Black people think that show's actually funny. I don't find it funny because here's the thing. You know, I have told you all numerous of times how they sit there. Terry Hinn says she could never step in your shoes. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. Now, I have told you all numerous of times how they love to praise and prop up the stereotypical Black woman, right? The myth, the image that they themselves created. Because ever since slavery, I told you how they, want to over-sexualize Black women and act like Black women are so promiscuous so they could feel better about the white men at the time, the owners going out there and raping them and having their way with them, right? And they still do the same thing. That's why when you see these rappers doing these videos, they want all the women, half naked. You ever notice that it's mostly Black women in these videos? And they're always half naked and all of these things. This is all by design. At the end of the day, that's why they prop up people like Cardi B. You see Black women who cover themselves up, who carry themselves like queens, who have dignity, intellect, and pride, and who are unapologetically Black, they want to make fun of those Black women just to make them look silly, to the racist devils who clearly love it. They get a kick out of it. This show is catering to wannabe, would-be, if they could be, white supremacists, okay? Because no Black person who is decent and in their right frame of mind and who exercises critical thinking skills or who has his common sense would find any of that BS funny. It's not funny at all. I've heard them say, because I watched a couple of episodes today, right? And yesterday. And I've heard Robin Thede say, her up, making fun of the term hotep. And I told you all a couple of years ago on Facebook, I said, I get so sick and tired of these people trying to act like hotep is an insult, trying to act like it's a derogatory term. And then you remember, pay attention, when we started talking about, calling one another, addressing one another as kings and queens, remember how the racist white people were making fun of us, talking about when we was kings and queens? Y'all remember that? That's what this is. That's just more of that. Only this is Black people doing it. You see, these are nothing more than white supremacists shrouded in blackface, i.e. coonish hens, right? Plantation mammies, whatever you want to call them. That's what they are. Now, they want to sit here and poke fun at us, but I find it very interesting because they themselves have complained about racism. But here's another thing I want to say about Robin Thede. Well, really, I did a little research on her. One thing I don't like about her is I noticed she had this show on BET. I looked it up. I saw the show that she had on BET, and everything about Black people, she was cracking jokes about. I mean, mind you, it was serious topics. In fact, some of the same topics that I myself have discussed. But she was making jokes about very serious topics, okay? And I didn't find that funny. She was cracking jokes about it. But hold on, let's talk about this show, A Black Lady Sketch. Let's talk about this character that many of you said is supposed to be a portrayal of me. And like I said, people are telling me this years ago on Facebook. I didn't pay it any attention because I didn't know who this woman was. I had never seen the show. Like I said, I was thinking, well, maybe it's just a coincidence until more and more people kept saying it. And then now here we go with it again. Listen to this. Dr. Hadassah Ali Youngman. Okay? Now I'm saying that name again. Dr. Hadassah Ali Youngman. That's her name. Clearly poking fun at my name. Right? Okay? Because we all know that my name is Dr. Ahmadiyyah Amadahy Shakur. And I call myself the Queen. Notice in the sketch, when she said her name, Gabrielle Union addressed her as Queen Hadassah, like Queen Ahmadiyyah. Please pay attention. And then talking about, can your husband sign, could he autograph a head wrap? Didn't somebody ask me that in the chat a few months ago? When people were asking me if I was going to sell my head wraps on my website, and I said yes, and somebody said, Queen, can you autograph one for me? Pay attention. The devils, they watch us. They watch us. This is what they do. They come out here and they watch what the regular Black people are doing, and the conscious, woke Black people. They want to know what we're always up to because they're so bothered by us because they know we out here exposing truths that they don't want exposed. And why is it that they are doing these things for the sole behest of white wannabe supremacy? Because they're getting paid in biscuits. That's what that is. You see, the best way to get Black people is to have other Black people do it. Like Malcolm said, they'll get one of us to kill one of us just so they can say one of us did it. You see, that eliminates the fact that of someone saying that it's racist. See, if they had white characters doing that, we will quickly say, oh, that's racist. And that's what they used to do. That's what they used to do, remember? They have the white people put on blackface, and then they go out here and do it. And then everybody said, well, that's racist. And they don't want to be called racist because they want to hide their racism. So with that all being said, they go get Black people. They go get them to do it. So now you can't say racism. That's how that works. The sad thing is that some black people are willing to do it, that they'll do anything for money. They'll do anything for biscuits. They'll do anything to sit at the table with the wannabe would-be if they could be white supremacists. But hold on. Let's talk about this Dr. Hadassah Olayinka Aliyangman. Now, here's what they say about her. They say that she's supposed to be prophetic, a psychic. Y'all know I'm psychic, right? I'm always telling y'all I'm psychic. Some of you have even come to me for readings. So she's supposed to be a psychic who talks about social justice issues. Same thing I talk about. So I'm just saying, pay attention. And then here's another thing I noticed. They had an episode called Sister, May I Call You Oshun? Yeah. Oshun. One of the most widely known and supposedly most powerful Orisha goddesses. So these are the things they do. They're trying to appease and appeal to white supremacy. They're trying to bring down black people who are out here trying to empower, encourage, and motivate and inspire and wake up our people. Because the fear that the wannabe white supremacist has is that one day all black people collectively across this whole planet will wake up. And then they think to themselves, if they wake up, these Negroes might rise up and take their place on this land. So they can't have that. So they go and get these little minions to come out here and try to crack jokes about us, act like we just idiots, act like the stuff we say is so funny so nobody takes it serious. Now I want you to pay attention. I want you to pay attention because even that show that she had, and I urge you all to go and watch it, go watch a clip of it on YouTube. BET posted it. The show's they don't have the show anymore, but I forget the name of it, but it was a show that she had on BET, and I found clips of it on YouTube, and I'm not going to show it because I don't want any copyright strikes. They'll just use that, YouTube that is, as a reason to hide the video or whatever, because that's how they get down. But with that all being said, yeah, on that show, she was talking about different issues that black people go through. Now, like I said, she was drawing attention to it, but at the same time, she's talking about it as if she's giving a news report. And then she's talking about it, but she's laughing. Everything is a joke. Everything's a joke about it, right? She said something about, she was talking about how broke black people were. Yeah, saying black people are so broke, right? And then acting as if black people blame everything on white people. Well, a good majority of the things wrong with the black community does stem from racist white supremacy. So that would be white people, right? Anyway, with that all being said, and mind you, this woman, her father is white, okay? Her father is white. So I said all that to say this. There's some biracial people, and I'm not talking about all honey, right? But what I'm saying is this. There are some biracial people who connect, or they have more of a connection, or they relate more so to their white side as opposed to the black side, which is clearly what it seems that she does. Clearly what it seems that she does. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about Gabrielle Union. Because I find it interesting that Gabrielle Union was sitting there cracking jokes and a part of this racist mockery of black people when she herself has complained about racism. You all remember, because I know some of you saw when I reported on this. Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about it. Here we go. Everyone, please get the likes up. Please like and share. So, surely you all remember when Gabrielle, when Gabrielle was working for the show America's Got Talent. My one-word response when a woman is told, is told her hair is too black. That's what they told Gabrielle Union when she was on America's Got Talent. Her hair was too black. So the system of wannabe would-be if they could be white supremacy that she now chooses to uphold and work at the sole behest of against black people, they were racist to her too. Right? They were racist to her too. I said those words over 2 years ago. Hold on. In solidarity with young girls and women who look like me and those who don't, I want them to know that their braids, their dreads, their super curly afro puffs, their weaves, their hijabs, and their head scarves, and all other variety of hairstyles belong in schools, in the workplace, in the boardroom, and yes, even here on Parliament Hill. I said those words over 2 years ago when I was a member of the Parliament with the government of Canada. After hearing of young Black girls in Canada and the United States being removed from classrooms because their hair was too poofy. Now, so recently, when I heard Gabrielle Union being fired from America's Got Talent, reportedly for speaking out against racist utterances being made about the people of color and about her hair, I was saddened, but not surprised. And when I heard that Union had been told on multiple occasions that her hairstyle was in fact too Black for the show, my heart broke. I watched the show with my daughter, and together we watched Union in her braids, other times with part of it up and the rest big and poofy. My daughter looked at Union the same way that she looked at me, with pride. She had another example to follow on primetime television. Union may have now been fired for looking just like her. So what does that tell you? That tells me that little Black girls look up to Gabrielle Union. Little Black girls look up to her as a role model. But this is what she does. She's involved in a skit, in a sketch, in a show where they talk bad about Black women and they poke fun at Black men. And they think it's all just a big joke. Does she think about or even care about the young Black girls who look up to her? Obviously not. Obviously not. But this is the same woman that was complaining about how Terry Crews, remember, how Terry Crews didn't stand up for her when he was working with her on America's Got Talent. How he, in fact, said that he never experienced any racism on the show. How he stood up for the show, but not for her. Remember how she complained about that, but then she goes and does the same thing to Black people, collectively to Black women, wants to sit there and act like, oh, this is all fun and games. It's just a sketch. It's not anything harmful. It's just all in fun. That's what she wants us to think. But they sit up there and perpetuate the stereotypical BS that has gone on and continued for years and centuries, even since slavery, since Jim Crow, and even right now in modern day, 2021. We have plantation mammies who are so thrilled to sit at the table with wannabe white supremacists that they will do anything to keep those biscuits coming. So with that all being said, did anyone catch the fact that she said she was pre-PhD? Did I hear that right? Clearly, Jess. Yes, Young King, you heard that right, and I noticed that too. Now, I didn't catch it the first time I watched it, but when my friends were calling me and people were emailing me and DMing me and saying, go back and watch it. And then when I watched it a couple of times, I said, hold up. Did she say pre-PhD? Clearly a jab, right? And then, hold on. There was another sketch where she said, you can't just put doctor in front of your name just because you want to. That's what she said. You can't just put doctor in front of your name just because you want to. At the end of the day, they throw all kinds of jabs. See, here's the thing. They want to act like Black people who are in the woke and conscious community, Black people who are out here motivating, inspiring, that we can't have degrees. We don't go to college. We just putting doctor in front of our name. That's what they want. That's what they want people to think. No, we have gone to college, honey. Yeah, many of us have actually gone to college. Now, I will admit, there are some frauds who put it in front of their name, and clearly they have no degrees and never even went to college. But at the end of the day, many of us have, okay? Many of us have multiple degrees. So they can miss us with that. That was clearly a jab, okay? And at the end of the day, here's the thing. I thought she said she had 3 degrees. She may have said that because the queen has 3 degrees. Okay, I have 3 degrees. I don't know how many she says she has. They want to delegitimize us and take our credibility so that no one listens to us. Yes, absolutely, conscious outlaw. That's what they want to do. But they'll prop up people like Cardi B. See, let me tell y'all something. At the end of the day, this is all a game for them, right? It's all a game. They want to delegitimize and criticize the people who are out here really doing the work. But pay attention. They will uplift the Tamika Mallory's and the Al Sharptons. Yeah, that's what they'll do, right? They'll uplift them. Because they know all they're going to tell black people to do is get out here and march and wave your fists. Wave your fists in the air. Wave it like you just don't care and hold up your signs and beg and plead. And then go to jail. And that's supposed to give you some type of clout, I guess, because you got locked up. That's what they want to promote. Because, see, that is nothing but being docile. You're just going out here peacefully protesting. And then you get locked up. Then you get out and everybody says, well, she got locked up for the cause. She went to jail for the cause. And what happened? And then what? And then what? Are black people free? Do we have liberation? Are the police going to magically stop killing black people while they're unarmed? Are they going to stop harassing, torturing, and killing little black children? No, they're not. So I'm just here to tell you that's not doing anything, but they want to uphold those type of people. The people they want to silence. See, they're not trying to silence Tamika Mallory. They're out here giving her whole endorsements. That's what they're doing. They're out here giving people like her endorsements. Al Sharpton, putting him all over the mainstream media, right? Sending him down there to act like he's going to do something for black people when something happens. He ain't going to do nothing. What has he ever done besides talk? Okay? Patrice Khan-Pullers. They'll prop up people like her, and to the point that you can't even say nothing about her on Facebook lest they take down your post. So I've heard. So with that all being said, yes, people that's out here doing the work, putting in the time and effort, they try everything they can to discourage you. But when they see you won't be deterred, when they see they can't shut you up, when they realize you won't be silenced, then they start taking extra steps and targeting you to silence you. That's what they do. But all of those tactics and antics that they use, all that does is make people like myself work hard. Because obviously I'm getting under somebody's skin, i.e. the racist devils and the coonish hens, the Sambos on tiptoes and all of the above. Obviously, people like me and Tariq are bothering them. I mean, hey, they take down your channels, like I keep telling you. They ban you. They try to deter your subscribers from listening. They only do that to people who are saying something they don't want to be saying. They only do that to people who have a powerful voice and are spreading the news. That's who they do that to. That's who they do that to. There's a lot of people out here chasing clouts, trying to make themselves known. Some people have to make themselves known. Not by doing the work, but by clout chasing. They don't target their channels. They don't take down their channels. People out here chasing clouts, that is. Daddy says they all target you. Thank you, beloved. Yes, they do. I mean, even when I try to tone it down just a notch, but I'm still going to go in and tell the truth, they're still mad. They're still mad. People out here talking about follow the rules. Follow what rules? Because every time you try to follow the rules, here's what the devils do. They change the rules. So why follow them? If every time you follow the rules, they're going to change them anyway. Right? As soon as black people started getting ahead in the game, they changed the rules. That's what the devils have always done. That's what they're always going to do. So forget the rules. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Don't worry about no rules. Did Malcolm X worry about the white man's rules? How about Huey P. Newton? I'm just saying. Because just because something is a rule doesn't mean that it's just, moral, or ethical. And I find it very interesting that the same rules they want us to abide by, they don't abide by themselves. Now that take down my videos, but it's some other people that's of the Mayo persuasion that'll do the same topics and they don't take down their videos. And when I asked them, well, why did you take down my video? So-and-so did the same video. It's other people out here doing the same video. You know what they told me? Screw Tube support. You know what they told me? Well, don't compare your videos to anyone else's. I said, oh, yes, I I will when we talk about the same topic and my videos get snatched and there's isn't. I don't have to go around here trolling people. I don't have to go around here trolling people to try to get clout. I mind my own black business and I tend to my people. I mind the business of black people collectively. I'm out here doing work. I told you all numerous of times how I write letters to parole boards for revolutionaries who have lengthy sentences, some of them life. Some of them been in solitary confinement for 30 years. Nobody has to ask me to do it. I do it because I want to. While other people sitting here acting like they doing this and that and third, and all they really doing is trying to get clouts. Every time somebody block you, if you got to do a video every time somebody block you, that's a clout chase. Who cares who blocked you? People block anybody that's running their mouth on their channel or their page. We all do that. Who's doing the real work? When people are doing the real work, those are the people that are targeted. And those are the people that fake people are so envious of and so mad and so jealous. Because they have to try to act like somebody's paying them attention when nobody is. The end of the day, let me say this. Yes, that's right. I may or not say so. But let me say this. Gabrielle Union, sitting up here after she done complained about racism and how they was talking about her hair and how she got fired from the show, and Terry Crews, her co-host, didn't vouch for her, didn't stand up for her, but instead sided with the show and the execs and all of that. Now she has the nerve to come out here and poke fun at black people who are putting in work, black people who are doing what they need to do, what needs to be done. She has the nerve to come out here and try to crack jokes and sit back and laugh. Robin Thede has the nerve to sit here and poke fun at the Underground Railroad, trying to clown Harriet Tubman on the low. And that's another thing. She said something else in one of the little skits I saw. She said something about, because y'all remember I said this. Y'all remember I said this a few months ago. Pay attention. I told y'all a few months ago. I said, they're sitting here trying to give us these nothing burgers and these symbolic gestures and pandering, talking about they're going to put Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill when they know good and darn well we about to go to digital money. So we're not even going to have a $20 bill. Don't fall for it. Remember I told y'all that a few months ago? So I was digging as I was doing my research on Robin Thede, and I saw one of the little sketches on her little show where she said, yeah, they don't want to put Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill because they want to keep our money. They want to keep our money enslaved or something stupid like that. They want to keep our money enslaved or whatever. But she said something about that too. And the more I did research on her, the more I saw that she was saying a lot of the things that the queen says. So the character's supposed to be a psychic, and I'm psychic. As I've proven to you all, when I've told you all things that I've dreamt, the things that I, had premonitions of, and the things actually happened. And then you all come back and tell me in the chat, Queen, this happened. Okay, even a terroristic act, April the 20th, a couple of years ago, last year, remember, over in Nova Scotia. I predicted that. So now, and that's probably why the other troll that was hating on me, that used my video, that's probably why they were calling me Miss Cleo. Now I just thought about that, because I was like, why is he calling me Miss Cleo? So that's why they were calling me Miss Cleo. The hate is real. The hate is real. But let me go on. Let me move on to something. Let's talk about Robin Thede. Let's talk about Robin Thede. Because, you know, I told you that her father is white for a reason. I told you that for a reason. Now, let me pull up that receipt. And while I'm cueing this, everyone, please go ahead and get the likes up. Please like and share. Please like and share. Hold on, people. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at QueenAShakur. Shakur. Also on Instagram at divine_goddess_27. Here it is. Let's talk about this. Because I think I know why Miss Robin Thede is acting like a fool and acting real niggering and has chosen to be a coonish hen. So now, the Jezebel stereotype. Let's talk about it. The portrayal of Black women as lascivious by nature is an enduring stereotype. The descriptive words associated with this stereotype are singular in their focus: seductive, alluring, worldly, beguiling, tempting, and lewd. That's how they portray the Black women. That's how they want to portray the Black women. That's why they put people like Cardi B out front. Historically, white women as a category were portrayed as models of self-respect, self-control, and modesty, even sexual purity. But Black women were often portrayed as innately promiscuous, even predatory. Predatory? I just did a whole story on Chrissy Teigen, right? And how Candace Owens said she was predatory and said she was likened to Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein. What about all those white women that we saw that have been caught, busted, and couldn't be trusted and sent to jail or arrested for having sex with minor students in high school? Did you see any Black women get arrested for that? Please let me know if you did, and please post it in the chat, because I didn't cover any stories on that, and I surely looked for some, just so I could be, wouldn't be biased. But let me go on. This depiction of Black women is signified by the name Jezebel. Hold on, let me say something else though, because this is another thing that I caught on too when I was doing my research. There's often a lot of subliminals that we got to get to the root of, people. Now, remember I told you all how one of the sketches that they did was called Sister, Can I Call You Oshun? And as I told you, Oshun is one of the most powerful Orisha goddesses, right? Yeah. So they were trying to crack on that, Sister, may I call you Oshun? Oshun is a part of the Yoruba religion. The goddess of water, purity, fertility, love, sensuality. One of the most powerful Orishas, like I told you. So pay attention. The goddess of water, purity, fertility, love, and sensuality. Let's talk about it. Purity. So they try to depict Black women as not being pure, as being overly sexual, as being promiscuous and provocative, seductive, Jezebels. But they try to portray the white women as being pure, saintly even, high moral fortitude. That's how they try to portray them. I didn't say that's how they work. And then they want to depict Black women as twerking, butts everywhere and all that stuff. And matter of fact, that's another thing. They had a sketch called How Big Is My Booty, or How Juicy Is My Booty, or something like that. Clearly over-sexualizing women, Black women in those skits. That's another one they had, another title they had. And so pay attention to how the purity of the Black woman is constantly under attack. Now, I'm not saying Black women are saints, so every Black woman is pure. That's not what I'm saying. When I'm talking about the purity, I'm talking about, you see how they take little Black girls and try to over-sexualize them even as their youth, even in their youthfulness, before they become women? I want you to pay attention. You see, that's why they use people like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. That's why they prop them up out there with all their butt cheeks everywhere and bare and everything and showing everything. You see, that's done because they know that a lot of little Black girls look up to them because they're celebrities and because their parents don't teach them any better, including the parents aren't role models themselves, because as having children, you should be your children's role models, not somebody they watch on TV or listen to on the radio. That just makes sense to me. But so the reason, excuse me, they put people like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion out there and prop them up is because they want the youth, the young Black girls, to look up to that type of image, to want to be that type of woman when they grow up. So that's why I say they attack the purity of the Black woman. Because if they can make you want to be holdouts, a thought pocket, or a tater thoughts when you're a young teenager, a young girl, then likely that's what you're going to be when you become a woman. So they've already destroyed the notion of purity. People these days are ashamed to be virgins. Make it make sense. A lot of these young girls are embarrassed to be virgins, proud to be hoes and thoughts. Now, when I was growing up, it was the opposite. So pay attention. They attack the purity of the Black woman. Fertility. I did a story just yesterday. Oh, no, it wasn't even yesterday. It was this morning. I did a story just this morning about the OBGYN who got 59 years in prison for performing unneeded surgeries on women, and most of those women were Black. Hysterectomies to make them infertile, sterilizing them so they couldn't bear children. They attacked the fertility of the Black woman. And why do you think so many Black women have fibroids? Did your mothers and grandmothers have fibroids? Likely not. But all of a sudden, all these Black women having problems with fibroids, and then some of them can't have children because of it. This is all by design. It's not a coincidence. I told you for 30 years in this country, it was illegal for them to sterilize Black women. So they attack your purity and they attack your fertility. Love. Let's talk about that. Black women love Black men and they love their children, but they want to destroy that. See, that's why they want to sow seeds of discord within the Black family units. I talk about this all the time, people. It's called gender politics or politics, when they try to separate and divide and conquer the Black man and the Black woman. You see, they use people like Kevin Samuels, or shall I call him Kevin Scamuels, to do that. Sitting there putting all those poison ideas, ideology, and BS in the Black men who foolishly listen to him. Not all Black men, mind you. I'm just talking about the ones who are so niggard that they actually listen to him and take his advice as face value. They use men like him to plant those seeds of discord, to make Black men turn up their noses at Black women and look at all Black women collectively as thoughts and hoes and being overweight and lazy, disgruntled, mad, too masculine, and not feminine, which goes with sensuality. They attack the sensuality of the Black woman, telling you to be feminist, telling you to want to be equal to men. Why would any woman want to be equal to a man? I'm just saying, why would you want to? Any heterosexual woman, I mean. Why would you want to be equal to your man? The man is supposed to be the head. The man is supposed to be the head of the household. The man is supposed to lead the way. And some of these women say, well, I'm not going to be submissive to no man. Well, here's my thoughts on that. You can be submissive to the right man. To the man who is intellectual, the man who is your spiritual partner, your soulmate, the man who loves and guides and protects you and is willing to fight and die for you. You can be submissive to him. Not to some fool that talks to you the way Kevin Scamuels talks to women. I wouldn't be submissive to a man like that, a Negro like that either. But they want to take away the sensuality of the Black woman, and they want to tell the Black woman no. The feminist groups want to tell you no. You're a strong Black woman. You don't need no man. So I'm supposed to be walking around all strong. I'm not supposed to be walking around looking feminine and dainty. I don't sometimes need to act as a damsel in distress so my man can feel like he's my hero. I got to emasculate him, effeminize him. I got to make him feel like I'm the one supposed to be wearing the pants and talk down to him and discourage instead of encourage him. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what they want you to do. And then when you have all that going on, creating all that chaos and pandemonium within your household, then your children, your little Black children, the boys and the girls, are looking at you and seeing the dysfunction. And then before you know it, they have it ingrained in them. So then your daughters grow up And then they talk to men or date men or marry men who beat them, talk crazy to them, curse them out, have no respect for them, insult them. You're too fat. You're too lazy. You're not doing nothing with yourself. You think I'm supposed to pay all your bills? And then they have women who grow up thinking they're supposed to talk down to the black men. Oh, you don't tell me what to do. I don't need your help. I'm a strong black woman. I don't need no man. That's where all that comes from. See, this is all by design. This is not an accident. This is all a carefully crafted strategic play. They do all of this on purpose. So when you watch this show from first thoughts or first sight or first viewing, you might chuckle and say, this is funny. But when you really sit there and look at it, it's nothing funny about it. It's nothing funny about it because I don't find any humor in the fact that they're trying to bring down black people and the fact that they're trying to shame black people and trying to demonize and vilify black people and the fact that they're trying to make black women be placed in stereotypical roles so people can laugh. So we can be just, shows and entertainment for the white folk. Like back in slavery, when the slave owners would have their family and friends come over, and they say, go out there and get fiddler. Tell them to come play us a song. Go get your fiddle and play for us. Or they get the two bucks, the two biggest black men, the bucks, tell them to come in here and get them all liquored up. And then tell them to fight till one of them gets dead. And whoever wins, you're going to get the day off tomorrow. We're going to give you some extra biscuits. They literally did give them biscuits, just so you know. That's why we say they give them biscuits. So that was their form of entertainment, watching black people fight and go at each other's throats. But you know what? That carried on throughout the DNA because that's why we still have black people fighting amongst ourselves today. That's why we still have black men who will be going around looking for another black man that looks just like them to kill them. I think Nipsey Hussle said it best when he realized one day when he was involved in the gang life out there with the Crips. He said he was riding around. You out there riding around. He gave a scenario. You out there riding around and you looking for somebody and you targeting a person, and when you see that person, you can tell that's the person by their walk, the swag, how they dressed. But then if you really look at the person, you realize that's you. You're out there looking to kill or hurt or harm or rob yourself. You know what that's all about? Because a lot of black people don't love themselves because they listen to the would-be white supremacists. They listen to the things that they put in black people's heads, and they've done it since slavery. They try to talk down on you. That's why you got black people out here bleaching their skin, destroying beautiful melanin that they were born drenched in. Out here bleaching their skin, getting nose jobs, doing all type of foolish things, ashamed of their kinky hair. That's why that all happens. That's why that persists. Because that was ingrained in our people. And unfortunately, some of our people are so asleep and they refuse to wake from the slumber. They just don't get it, don't see it, and don't want to hear about it. And if you talk about it, they get mad and try to defend it. Some things you can't defend, honey, no matter how you try. Some things you just cannot defend, okay? There's no justification for it ever. But some of our people sadly and foolishly and niggerly try so desperately to defend their own foolishness that they learn from the oppressor themselves. So they do all of these things. And like I said, Oshun, known as one of the most powerful of the Orisha goddesses, right? Partner to Ogun. See, they don't even want to implant that idea or ideology or thought in any black person's head. They don't want any black woman walking around here like holding themselves in high regard and high esteem and being powerful like an Oshun, an Orisha goddess. They don't want any black man walking around carrying himself like Ogun, the warrior. So they want to break your spirit, break you down, talk you down, make jokes about you, laugh at you. Oh, it's funny. And sadly, some black folks will sit there and laugh. Too stupid to realize they're laughing at you, not with you. But then, if you say anything funny to you about any of them, it's a problem. Kevin Hart had to go back and apologize for jokes he made over a decade ago. So did Tracy Morgan. But everybody wants to get a good laugh, a good old chuckle at Black people's expense. Now, the funny thing is, or shall I say the sad thing is, what they find funny is not Black people out here that's acting stupid. They're trying to make it funny. They're trying to make you laugh at Black people that's out here trying to save you, at Black people that's out here trying to give you your lifelines, at Black people that's out here speaking on your behalf, in your behalf, on Black people that's out here fighting for you and trying to get us all to liberation, on Black revolutionaries. That's who they're trying to make you laugh at. They want us to be your new form of entertainment. They want you laughing at a Tariq Nasheed. They don't want you taking him serious. He's out here making all these documentaries, enlightening and inspiring and motivating and teaching Black people. They don't want you listening to him, so they need to make him a butt of their jokes. They don't want you buying his documentaries and learning about who you are and the things that they've done to you and your people that they continue to do. They don't want you listening to that. They don't want you listening to Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, who got my credentials from going to college and earned 3 degrees, graduated with honors. They don't want you listening to me. They want to crack jokes and have you laugh at my name. That's why they use Dr. Hadassah, right? Oliyinka Ali Youngman. That's a jab at my name because my name is funny to them. Well, it ain't funny to me. Because first of all, my name, Ahmadiyyah, means one who loves God. Amadahy means forest water in Cherokee because I'm a native of Cherokee descent. And Shakur means grateful unto God. But they want you to laugh at that. You see, a wise man once said there is power in the name. There's power in your words and in your thoughts, not just your actions. So they can sow seeds of discord and disdain and make you laugh at the very people that's trying to lead you to your freedom, then their job is done. Because what they can do is then make you not take us seriously, make you not listen to us, make you think we don't know what we're talking about, make you think we don't really have no degrees, talking about a pre-PhD. Oh, you can't just put doctor in front of your name. Trying to destroy credibility, trying to make you think that Tariq Nasheed is somebody who is so mean and wicked that he made fun of a mentally ill person. How did anybody know that man was mentally ill? We still don't know if he's mentally ill. Just because he's Mayo and he said so? Anybody can play crazy or say they're crazy if they did something nefarious. If I'd have banged my head on a computer and acted a fool on film and everybody saw it and it was going viral, I'd say I was crazy too. I'd say I was bipolar. I didn't know what I was doing, what I was thinking. And I'd also tell that same lie he told, talking about he was drunk when he got to work. I'd have said that too. Oh, I was tipsy, y'all. Y'all know I don't normally act like that. I was drunk, clearly. So we supposed to believe that just because he said so? Funny how they tried to flip the script so all of a sudden the demon wasn't the demon, Tariq was. Don't you love it? How they post narratives, paint narratives, and push agendas. All of a sudden Tariq was the bad guy in the story. Nobody, I want y'all to pay attention. The Mayos did a good job of that. Oh, they did a good job of cleaning that mess up. Even though we all saw it with our eyes. They did a good job of cleaning that one up, honey. They twisted that real quick. By the time they got done, I want y'all to pay attention. Nobody was even talking about that crazy fool. Everybody was talking about Tariq. They were talking about him, trying to demonize him and vilify him, and we were talking about him, trying to clear his name, trying to tell them why he ain't the one responsible, saying don't blame it on Tariq. But in the process, what nobody was doing was talking about that darn food. Okay? They need to make it make sense, because clearly they can't. But hold on, let me continue. Let me continue. So now, listen to this. See, this is the parts that reminds me of Robin Thede. Let me read it. Now, Jewel's conceptualization is based on a kernel of historical truth. You know, they talk about from the early 1630s to present, Black American women of all shades have been portrayed as hypersexual, bad Black girls. Now, Jewel's conceptualization is based on a kernel of historical truth. Listen to this. They say many of the slavery era Blacks sold into prostitution were mulattoes. Also, freeborn, light-skinned Black women sometimes became the willing concubines of wealthy white Southerners. This system involved a formal arrangement for the white suitor, customer, to financially support a Black woman and her children in exchange for her long-term sexual services. The white men often met the Black women at balls or a genteel sex market. Now, why are you talking about that, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur? I'm glad you asked. Because as I told you, Robin Thede has a white father. Has a white father, right? Biracial. What did it just say? It said that the mulattoes, or the light-skinned born Black women, were often sold into prostitution and became willing concubines for wealthy white Southerners. Now, with that all being said, that's what they did to her kind. That's what they did to her kind. So I find it very interesting, because I'm sure she knows this if she studied. Her white father probably taught her some of this. So, far as I'm concerned, that's why she's mad at somebody like the Queen. You see, that's why she's mad at somebody like the Queen. That's why she wants to sit there and poke fun at somebody who's trying to wake people up. Somebody who's telling the truth about not only slavery, but the modern day slavery, the white slavery, i.e. sexual slavery, human trafficking, and all of that. That's why. Okay? Now, Sue Joel in 1993, a contemporary sociologist, conceptualized the Jezebel as a tragic mulatto, thin lips, long straight hair, slender nose. Sound familiar? Am I getting anywhere else? Anybody seeing this? Thin figure and fair complexion. Pay attention. See, there's always a method to the madness, people. There's always a reason why devils do what devils do. Okay? You just got to go looking and do a little research and dig for it. You'll find it all out. You'll find it all out. Now, the belief that Blacks are sexually lewd predates the institution of slavery in America. European travelers to Africa found scantily clad natives, and the semi-nudity was misrepresented as lewdness. I've told you all this before. I'm not going to get into all of this because I told you this before. We've had the same discussion. We've had the same story being told, right? But I said all that to say this. When you have these light, bright, and almost white Black women, sometimes they themselves don't like Black women. Pay attention. Sometimes they themselves, and I'm not saying all of them, and clearly I'm not categorizing or generalizing or using blanket statements for any group of people, but I'm saying there is always some who despise that which they are not. You see, here's the thing, because I've talked to people like this in life, trust me. some people who are biracial, and so they feel like they're not black enough. And so when they feel like they're not black enough, that causes them the same angst and disdain and hatred for black people as racist white people have. I'm serious. Pay attention. They're mad about your melanin too, some of them. That's why they sit here and crack jokes on you, try to make you feel stupid, look stupid, try to act like you don't know what you're talking about, make you a big joke because you woke and intelligent and intellectual. Because you don't have to live off your looks like some of them have done to get where they're going. So this is why they feel the way they feel, some of them. Now, I'm not saying for 100% fact that Robin Thede feels that way, but it certainly seems like it. It certainly seems like it, in my opinion. Seems like she's mad. What you mad about, boo? Why is she worried about the queen? Why is she worried about Tariq Nasheed? Why are they worried about? See, and that's funny. Let me go back to something, because I said this just a few days ago. It just came to me. It just came to me. Sometimes I have epiphanies right when I'm talking. I just told you all just a few days ago. Remember when I was talking about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan? And I said how the demons and devils don't want us listening to his teachings, don't want us gaining knowledge and appreciation for his wisdom. Don't want us following him and looking up and hailing and praising him for all the work that he has done in the Black community, for all the things that he has taught us. Remember how I told you they don't want you listening to people like that? They want to tell us who to listen to and who to learn from and who to look up to and who to admire. People like Al Sharpton, Tamika Mallory. That's what's going on right here. See, when you see people poking fun at the Black news media, the people who are clearly bringing you the truth, when you see them poking fun of Black people who know themselves and Black people who are considered to be unapologetically Black, because truly, that's what we are. Black people who are revolutionaries, who have a warrior spirit and who fear nothing. Black people who aren't afraid of death. They don't want you listening to those type of people. Because you keep listening to those type of people long enough, no matter how hard you sleep, baby, you gonna wake up sooner or later. And they know it. So they do not want you listening to people like Tariq Nasheed or the Queen, honey. That's what they don't want you to do. They want you listen to fakes and frauds. People who talk Black, but act otherwise. People who act like they for Black people, but they defraud Black people. They use Black people. They mooch off Black people. They shame Black people for not giving them money. They go out here and collect donations for Black people. And then they claim it's for the victims of those who were killed in social injustices, but then they don't give any of that money to the people, the family of the people who were killed. Those are the people they want you to listen to. Pay attention. They don't want you listening to anybody who is just, anybody who is intelligent, intellectual, who's going to teach you the true history of ourselves. They want to demonize the word hotep and make it just a big joke, her-tep, they said. That's what they want to do. They want to make you laugh and scoff at that like it's some big joke, because that's what they do. And let me tell you something. The reason they laugh and joke about us, the racist devils, it's because they're jealous. Remember, I want y'all to pay attention. Everything that they do, most of the things they do that are saucy, spicy, entertaining, or whatever, they get that from us. Look at Justin Bieber. Who you think he learned all that from? Elvis. They called him the king of rock and roll. What? He learned it from Black people. How is he the king of it? Eminem, they say he's the king of rap. How is he the king of hip-hop, honey, when he learned it from us? You see how they try to take everything that we come to, we create, we invent, and try to take it and own it and make it their own and then praise their people for being a cheap carbon copy of originals? And then they get these coonish hens and coons to reinforce the BS and the stereotypical mess that they put out and dispute that same racist rhetoric under the guise of comedy. But they don't want you laughing at them, do they? That's what they don't want. They don't want you laughing about them. You got to apologize when you start laughing at something and saying something about them. But that's what they do. Pay attention. They do the same thing all the time. They do the same thing all the time. For decades, they've been doing the same thing. It's nothing new. We should all be on to them clearly by now. And I find it very interesting that they want to try to make us a joke. But yet, they mimic everything we do. Didn't I just tell y'all just days ago when I was doing a report? I think it was sometime at the end of last week when I was telling you all how Fox News, I think it was Tucker Carlson, if I'm not mistaken, started talking about woke culture. Say what now? Oh, now they're using the word woke. But they want to laugh at us for using it and for being it. They want to laugh at us for being woke and conscious. But they want to use the term. And remember when we first started calling each other kings and queens, like I told you. You see, they know what that all is. You see, when they call us the N-word, that's how they want us to view ourselves. But what some black people don't know, they got that word from Ethiopia. Negus, N-E-G-U-S. Negus. It means emperor, royalty, one who reigns and rules. Niggas. That's why we call each other niggas. It's the same thing, but here's the difference. Black people who are saying it, they're just saying it, don't really understand. See, here's the trick of the devil, because they mix lies with the truth to confuse you, right? The word niggas is an Ethiopian word. Now, mind you, when they went and got the slaves from Africa and brought them here by force and kidnapped them and made them prisoners of war and turned them into slaves, because they were really doctors, mathematicians, scientists, numerologists, astrologers, things like that. But nevertheless, when they brought them here, some of the tribes were calling each other niggas. Niggas. And so the white folk started calling them niggas. And then they said, oh, that means an idiot. That means a fool, somebody who's stupid. And so they tried to keep them that way. That's why they didn't want them to read and learn anything. And they cut out their tongues or killed them if they even got caught trying to. And so they started using that word that was a positive word, niggas, as a derogatory term. I want y'all to pay attention. This ain't the only time they've done it. Y'all remember the swastika that Hitler and them had? Yeah, that came from Ethiopia too. Now, I know some people say it came from India, but no. The Indians used it over in East India, but it actually came from Ethiopia first. Anything that happened, black people did it first. Trust and believe. It came from Ethiopia. It meant peace, love, and life. Now, they took it and turned it into a symbol of hate. So I'm trying to tell you, anything that we have that's used for good or that means good to us, they turn it into something derogatory. Now, you ask yourself, why would they do that? I'm glad you asked, because they don't want you using it. They don't want you using it. Because they want to use it for themselves. And being hateful and wicked, of course, they're going to use it for hateful and wicked things. Because that's what they are. We are peaceful and loving and accepting of others, despite what they say. So they take everything that we have and twist it into something wicked and nefarious, just like they are, the racist demons, that is. And again, I'm not saying all white people. I'm saying the racist, low-down scoundrels of white people. Because let's not forget, some white people fought and died beside black people for freedom. The freedom riders, some of them were whites. Let's not ever forget that. And those two white men who died down there in Mississippi, right, with Cheney. So no, I'm not talking about all white people, because some white people are just and fair. I'm not saying they perfect, because nobody is. We have good, bad, and all of us. But I'm talking about racist, demonic, satanic, Luciferian, agenda-pushing devils. That's what I'm talking about. And the only ones that are getting mad when I'm saying this are those types. And I don't really care about them getting mad. So with that all being said, they use all of our things, such as our spirituality. You know, even voodoo. They sit there and say, oh, voodoo is witchcraft, it's black magic. Well, you can use anything good, meant for good, for something bad. Now, there's some black people who use voodoo to do bad stuff. It sure is. That doesn't mean it's inherently bad. It's all in what you use things for. Like I told you, you can use a fire to cook your food and warm your house. You can use it to burn down somebody's house or even kill somebody like they've done. So it's all in the intentions, the intent of the person. They have tricked you into doing what your ancestors did, into practicing your spirituality. But they use your spiritual practices for themselves and use it against you. And then they get so mad and butthurt and bothered that the Haitians in 1804 used voodoo to win against the British and the French. That I even heard Pat Robinson say that the Haitians made a pact with the devil. You see, that's the lies they tell. That's how deep they go with their lies and BS. Didn't nobody make no pact with no devil. That's what they do. That's why they worship Baphomet, some of them. Miss me with it. That's why they have these satanic cults, i.e. the Order of the Nine Angles. Miss me with it. Name a black satanic cult. I'll wait. Put it in the chat if you know one, because I don't. Talk about pacts with devils. That's what devils do, is make pacts with devils. That's why they stay nefarious and stay oppressing and attacking and vilifying and demonizing the just. That's who does that. But I digress. At the end of the day, they take everything that we have for good and turn it into something wicked and nefarious, and then try to talk about us in the process and act like we're the demons and devils. And somehow, for centuries and years and decades, they fooled many people into believing that. And you can see it right now. It's happening right now with the lies coming out from the lamestream propagandist machine, talking about we attacking Asians and committing hate crimes on them. Black people don't go around here collectively committing hate crimes. They can miss us with it. And like I told you weeks ago, if we were going to start committing hate crimes, the Asians wouldn't even be in first place. So they can miss us with it. We don't go out here committing hate crimes. The hate crimes happen to us, not because of us. So anyway, with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast, but my main thing is this. These plantation mammies and pappies and these coonish hens and coons, sambos on tiptoes, all these hating, nefarious, Negroes who work at the sole behest of wannabe, would-be, if they could be, white supremacy, who try to talk down and put down Black people who are out here being conscious, living our best lives and trying to help our people do the same, and trying to encourage, motivate, and inspire Black people, and trying to get our freedom and our liberation, and trying to get our reparations. They can miss us with the BS. Because all the hate and all the things they say, that's not going to do nothing but make us work even harder. You see, I'm glad that they're paying attention. Because if they're paying attention, that means they're mad. And I don't know about you, but it's nothing that I love more than making a wannabe, would-be white supremacist and a coon and a coonish hen upset. I do that for free every day. I do that for free. So if they want to sit up here and poke fun, you know, at the conscious Black community on HBO, go right ahead. Because only fools gonna laugh. Only fools. Because I know who I am, and I know Tariq Nasheed knows who he is. And at the end of the day, the Negroes who are laughing at them for their foolishness, well, they're nobody that I need to be concerning myself with anyway. Okay? Another thing I'm going to say is this. In a couple of those skits, I saw they had some Black women acting all ghetto with purple finger waves in the courtroom and all this stuff, just acting real plumb foolish. See, that's the kind of BS they want to promote. Those are the kind of images they want to depict. They want to show stuff like that. They don't want to show Black people who are hardworking, who are striving for excellence, who are trying to teach the young children the right path. They want to demonize you just like they demonized Fred Hampton and assassinated him when all he was doing was trying to protect his community. And I want y'all to pay attention. You know why Fred Hampton was so dangerous to them? At the age of 21, he was so dangerous to them. You know why they had to kill him as far as they were concerned? Because I want y'all to pay attention. You see, it wasn't just Black people who were listening to Fred Hampton. It was poor white people had started listening to Fred Hampton. It was poor white people. It was Hispanics and Latinos who started listening to Fred Hampton also. He started unifying people. Now, y'all know that's the last thing they want. And that's why after they killed him, they said there'll never be another Black Messiah unless they create one. Because you see, Messiah, that's a title for someone who comes to save their people, for someone who comes to unify people, for someone who gets people to work together for a common cause. That is a good cause. And that's what the devils cannot have. And so, like I told you, if ever one day Black people woke up and collectively decided to unite, and then the poor white people, the poor Hispanics, the poor Latinos, and everybody just woke up and said, you know what? We realize we're not each other's enemy. That's the enemy over there. And everybody started looking at them. Oh, they gonna run. That's what they gonna do. They gonna run. That's why anytime they even think that somebody's coming to that point, what do? They try to shut you down. And they'll try to promote people like me and say that I'm racist. There's nothing racist about me. First of all, I couldn't be racist if I wanted to, because I have no power to control anyone's narrative, to push any agenda, or to dictate the narrative of anyone's life other than my own. But see, here's how you know they have a problem with the fact that when I talk about racist devils and racist white people, I always say, I'm not talking about all white people, because I'm not. Now, some Black people don't even like when I say that, because some Black people want every white person to be racist. Now, that's fine, and that's your opinion. In my opinion, every white person is not racist. They belong to a racist system that I don't think they're going to help tear down, because they are clearly worried about what we're going to do when we get in power. And I didn't say if, I said when we get in power. But I'm quite sure whatever we do won't be the devilments, the wickedness, the nefariousness that they've done, because we just want to be left alone to live in peace, to live our own best Black lives. See, we don't have to go out here and get revenge on them by committing heinous crimes and acts upon them, because like I told you before, the only one who wants revenge are the losers. And we're not no losers, honey. We're survivors, okay? Because no matter what the enemy has thrown our way, we are still here. We are still here, and we still gonna be here. All right? So with that all being said, they don't want somebody like me, because I guarantee you, there's white people that listen to my show. There's white people that listen to my show. They can miss me with it. All right? And at the end of the day, that's why they come on here, the little racist demons come on here and get in my chat, send me emails trying to threaten me like they're going to shut me up. You can't shut me up, boo, because I ain't scared of nothing they can do. See, that's the good news. When somebody's not afraid of death, you can't do nothing to scare them. That's facts. So they can miss me with it. At the end of the day, Black people are resilient. And I do believe the most resilient of any race or ethnicity of people. Because we have been through the worst, the most heinous, atrocious, insidious things. And we're still right here. And you know what? We still can smile. We still can enjoy ourselves. See, that's why the Karens and the Karens' husbands, that's why they get so mad when they see Black people doing simple things like cooking, making a barbecue at the park, swimming in a pool, laughing. That's why they get so upset. That's why the racist race soldiers talk to you so crazy, yelling at you, trying to provoke you into doing or saying the slightest little thing so they can have a reason to execute you right then and there. Because it bothers them. Like, why are these Negroes so happy? They say to themselves. Why are they still kicking? Why don't they just go on and die? Give up. See, they want you to give up, Black people. But since we refuse to, that just really makes them angry. Okay? That really makes them angry. They can't get rid of us. We were here first. We're going to be here last. Pay attention. What does it say in the Bible? The Alpha and the Omega, the allegory. Yeah, that's us. That's us. They might as well get used to it. We're not going nowhere. We're not going anywhere. Okay? Now, with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I would like to thank you all for tuning back in once again to the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. I hope that you all enjoyed the history lesson. But Bernie Mac said, but like Bernie Mac said on House Party, F them. Absolutely, right? So they can keep on cracking jokes and keep on making fun. At the end of the day, guess what? Tariq is still doing what he does. All right? They can't stop nothing. We still gonna support Tariq. And just to remind you all, make sure you go out and get your copy of Buck Breaking. I got mine. All right? You're gonna love it. Just like all the rest of the documentaries that he has put out. So they stay mad. And with that all being said, thank you, Brandon. Brandon says, excellent word today, Queen. Thank you, beloved. Thank you, Queen, for the knowledge as always. Well, thank you, 5/3 human. So with that all being said, I wish you all love, peace, and prosperity. Remember to stay high vibrational. And, you know, I haven't been on my spiritual channel for a while, you know, a few days, at least maybe 3 days, I do believe. I have been doing so many videos on this channel. I have been working, you know, outside of here. I am going live on that channel tomorrow, people. I'm going to get my stuff queued up tonight and go ahead and post it because I have got to go live on that channel tomorrow. That's my favorite channel, and many of you tell me that's your favorite channel too. And we need those spiritual vitamins at a time like this because we are clearly engaged right now as I speak in spiritual warfare. So we need that, all right? So if you have not subscribed to that channel, please go ahead and do so. Queen Amadahy TV presents More Than Meets the Third Eye. And also, don't forget, Queen Amadahy TV presents Beyond the Realm. Queen Amadahy TV presents The Root of All Evil. And Queen Amadahy TV presents True Crimes. Okay, with that all being said, don't forget to like and share this video. Like and share. I depend on you guys to share the video because you know how ScrewTube likes to shadow ban the Queen. And you know how they've already taken one of my channels and they're trying to take the second, honey. So with that all being said, Authentic Black Goddess, I believe their channel should be off of the ban tomorrow, but it's no guarantees how long it'll be up because they've already given me 2. All they need is one more lie to get rid of the Queen. Because trust me, that's all they're doing is telling lies. And I can say that boldly because I know it's no defamation, honey, because they are clearly lying. Okay, it's no defamation on my behalf because they are lying on the Queen. They are lying, honey. Anytime you can go on my Brighton channel and take the titles of videos I put on Brighton that I never uploaded or streamed on YouTube, and you can say that I uploaded on YouTube and you had to remove it and I violated community guidelines. Oh, you good, baby. You good. You good. But with that all being said, make sure that you follow me on Brighton and Patreon at Queen Amadahy Shakur, and also on Twitter at DGoddess27, Instagram at Queen Amadahy Shakur, and Divine_Goddess_27. Don't forget to tune Black in the morning at 9 a.m. for your morning wake-up call, and again at 6 p.m. for your daily vitamins. Now, mind you, tomorrow, since I'm going live on the spiritual channel, I'll be sending you a text for that. I'll be sending you all a text, a notification for that. So if you have not added yourself to my list to get your notifications, please be sure that you text the word Royals. Text the word Royals to 844-589-6096. Okay? So you can get those notifications for Queen Amadahy TV presents More Than Meets the Third Eye. I love you all. Enjoy the rest of this lovely night. FBA Goddess says this broadcast was fire. Thank you, beloved. Thank you all for your kind words and compliments. Now, I hope you all enjoy the rest of this night. Always stay high vibrational and always remember to keep the Most High first in your life. Until next time, Royal Family, I will talk to you all again soon.